Alright, so we're back again for another season of Castlevania. I hope you're ready because this season is pretty good. Castlevania is an anime that's not really an anime, so it's technically a cartoon, so anime inspired, and it's based off the video games Castlevania, which were made by, I believe it's Capcom or Konami, one of them, and this has been adapted to a TV show that they've done the last 2 years, and we're back again for season 3. Netflix has been doing a fantastic job with this adaptation, and this season continues the trend of getting better and better. Our favourite trio, which is Trevor, Alucard and Cypher, have now defeated Dracula, and this is a season that moves away from that and grows further towards growing the world and growing more characters. I was curious to see how they were going to do this season, especially how Dracula was defeated. I mean, that's the main boss of Castlevania. What this season does is it has 4 different plot threads. One to do with Cypher and Trevor, another one to do with Alucard, one to do with Isaac, and one to do with Hector. I liked each of the stories, but if I was to say which one is my favourite, I would say it's Trevor, Belmont's and Cypher's. So they go to a village, and it's one of those conspiracy theory type stories whereby they're trying to see what the underlying plot is, or the underlying troubles are in this village that seemed to be normal but has a lot of issues with it. Hector's story explores more about the future of Castlevania. So as you know from the previous season, Hector was beaten black and blue by Camilla, and in this one he's dragged to go and meet Camilla's family. It seems like we're going to move away from Dracula being the main villain to Camilla and her family being the main villain. We get to have an insight of who these characters are and why they're going to be such a big threat. Isaac's story had the best dialogue in the season. I mean, Castlevania's dialogue is usually fantastic. As it's grown, I've noticed it more and more that the dialogue is just on point, and Isaac's story justifies that. So he goes through this journey and meets different characters along the way, and each character usually has something very interesting to say, whether it be about their backstory or whether it's something that will influence Isaac's character. And overall, both points influence Isaac's character in the long run, because you see him shape up to be more of a man, especially how he's far away from Dracula, because Dracula's dead, and he's trying to follow his own path. Alucard's story is more about him trying to deal with the loneliness, especially how he's finished his journey with his comrades, and also the fact that he had to kill his own father, and he's living in the mansion that he grew up in. Seeing him being very somber and depressed was quite gut-wrenching, especially how Dracula was pretty much the same thing as soon as he lost his wife. I would say it's probably the weakest one out of the 4, but it was still something interesting to see. The animation quality and the fight scenes definitely improved this season. There were times where I thought I was watching high-quality anime, and I have to give props for the production team for that, because they really killed it this season. I love the new characters that they introduced this season, especially Camilla's sisters and Saint-Germain. These were pretty interesting characters, and I want to see more of them in the future. Well, I feel like we're guaranteed going to see more of them in the future. And even the new worlds and plot threads that they introduced this season, like I won't spoil it, but there's this huge plot thread with Saint-Germain that's really, really interesting and opens so many ideas. I already said this, but I was scared of what happens after Dracula, but because of their plots, I see that there's going to be more after Dracula, and this world is gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. Overall, I love this season. I think that Netflix is doing a great job with this series, and this still is the best video game adaptation ever. I'm really can't wait to see how much they grow this story and what more they do with this world, and I hope that they can do this for a while and keep up the same standards that they've put for themselves in terms of being the best video game adaptation ever. If I was to give this show a rating out of 10, I'll give this a 9.5. It may be a little harsh in me to give it a 9.5 compared to a 10, but I feel like one day I'll give it a perfect 10. I hope that Netflix's anime adaptations will lean more towards a Castlevania than towards some of the not so good shows that they've done. Netflix, just keep this quality up with the rest of your shows. Like seriously, just keep that quality. Thank you very much for watching. Do you agree or disagree with what I said? Let me know in the comment section. I'm open to discussion. Give this a like and subscribe for more content. As you can see, I put it content quite quickly for now. I hope you have a great day. All right, see you soon.